Notice how easy it feels to make $10, $20, even $100 for most people feels somewhat believable, right? Your brain can process it. Your body can process it. It doesn't really create some huge emotional reaction inside of you, but now close your eyes for a second and think about having $1 million. Seriously, just think about it. Close your eyes. You with $1 million. You waking up every day with more than enough money, your bills handled, your lifestyle elevated, traveling whenever you want, eating at nice places without checking the prices first, living in a beautiful apartment, investing, having options, breathing differently because survival isn't sitting on your chest all day anymore. And notice what starts happening in your mind. You start thinking, yeah, but that's different. That would take years. I'd need to become someone else first. I'd need to work insanely hard. People like me don't really do that. I wouldn't even know what to do with that kind of shmoney. I'd probably lose it anyway. And suddenly your whole body starts reacting to the number like it's some impossible fantasy. And that's really interesting because money is just numbers. Like literally, your nervous system is assigning emotional meaning to the number. That's why some people hear someone made 50 grand this month and instantly go, bullshit, scam, fake guru, liar, daddy's money. And people think they are being logical when they say stuff like that. But most of the time, it's actually just identity rejection. Because your brain has a range of what feels normal and believable to you. And when something sits way outside that range, your body reacts almost like it's being threatened. And you can literally see this everywhere. Some people walk into wealthy environments and immediately feel uncomfortable. Do you go to nice places and say, oh my God, I don't belong here? If you're not saying it, I bet you're thinking it. Luxury hotels, expensive restaurants, rich neighborhoods, high level business spaces. Some people start shrinking, getting awkward, criticizing everything, calling rich people shallow or fake because the nervous system is trying to move back toward what feels emotionally familiar. And this is why some people stay stuck in struggle for years because struggle has become psychologically normal to them. Stress feels normal. Overworking feels normal. Living paycheck to paycheck feels normal. Saying, I can't afford that feels normal. But overflow, ease, higher standards, having money sitting in your account untouched, that feels emotionally foreign. So the mind starts resisting it before it's even arrived. And I think this is why people get so emotionally activated by successful people online, because if somebody else is making the kind of shmoney you secretly wish you could make, now your brain has a problem. Because if it's real for them, then maybe it's not impossible after all. Maybe you're not actually trapped. Maybe the limitations you've built your whole identity around aren't as concrete as you thought they were. And people don't realize how much energy they spend trying to prove that abundance isn't real, because if abundance is real, then they have to confront their own conditioning around money, right? They have to look at themselves. Worthiness, fear, visibility, failure, all of it. Like, notice how people rarely react emotionally to someone saying they are struggling financially. Nobody hears, I'm broke, and goes, yeah, right, you're talking out your ass, liar. People accept struggle immediately because struggle has been normalized collectively. But let somebody say they've saved six figures or made multiple six figures and suddenly everyone becomes a detective. Show proof. Yeah, right. That's unrealistic. That's not possible in this economy. You probably sold your soul. You're probably a drug dealer. You're probably a PIMP. It's honestly fascinating. And I'm not saying there aren't scammers online and people doing shady things, because obviously there are. But I'm talking about the immediate emotional reaction people have before they even know anything about the person. That reaction tells you a lot about your internal normalization level around money. Because when something feels truly possible to you, you don't react to it emotionally. You just go, oh, okay, cool. That exists. That's available. And another thing I've noticed is people massively underestimate how much their environment shapes what feels realistic. If everyone around you is struggling, if everyone around you thinks wealthy people are evil or greedy or lucky, if every conversation around money is fear based, your nervous system starts coding limitation as safety. So now, every bigger desire you have starts feeling dangerous. You want the nice apartment, but then your mind goes, who do you think you are? You want more money, but then guilt appears. You want a bigger life, but then suddenly you feel selfish or unrealistic or delusional. And this is why I always say healing your relationship with money is deeper than learning how to budget or manifest or whatever, because your body has to learn that it's actually safe to hold more. I've created a hypnosis track for creating safety in your body. I'll link it below. Your body needs to feel safe to be seen more, safe to have more responsibility, more visibility, more success, more expansion. Because a lot of people say they want wealth, but emotionally, they still associate wealth with pressure, criticism, abandonment, danger, losing themselves, becoming a bad person, being envied, failing publicly, all this stuff. So, of course, the nervous system keeps pulling them back toward smaller, familiar realities, because familiar feels safer than expansion. And honestly, I've experienced this myself. There were certain numbers that used to feel genuinely insane to me. When I was penny pinching my way to six figures, I used to think, wow, six figures is impossible. Six figures is so gigantic. What a big number. Once I got to six figures, I was like, okay, this isn't actually unachievable. This isn't all that impossible. Certain numbers didn't feel exciting to me, just mentally inaccessible. And then over time, through exposure, through seeing different people, different environments, different standards, different conversations, your brain slowly stops reacting so dramatically. And that's really the shift. You stop treating bigger levels of money like they belong to another species of human beings. Because a lot of people unconsciously do that. They put wealthy people into this separate category of reality instead of seeing them as normal human beings who expanded their capacity in some area. And again, I'm not saying money automatically makes someone good or wise or healed, because obviously it doesn't. But if every time you encounter wealth, your immediate instinct is rejection, suspicion, mockery, resentment, irritation, dismissal, you're pushing against the very thing you're trying to experience. Your nervous system is basically going, nope, unsafe, not for me, too far away from who I currently believe myself to be. And honestly, one of the biggest shifts you can make is learning to sit in the presence of bigger things without collapsing emotionally, seeing wealth without spiraling, seeing success without comparing, seeing higher standards without immediately talking yourself out of them, just letting your brain witness more. Because repetition normalizes things. Exposure, the law of exposure, normalizes things. Your reality expands partly through what you repeatedly allow yourself to experience without resistance. And this is why I talk so much about identity and money blocks, money wounds, because most people are trying to force external change while the internal world still thinks expansion is dangerous. And if you've noticed yourself reacting emotionally to wealth, success, luxury, bigger lifestyle, bigger numbers, don't shame yourself for it. Just get curious. Ask yourself why that number feels so far away from your sense of self. Because the moment your brain stops treating abundance like some impossible fantasy, you start moving differently around it. If you're resonating with what I'm saying, I have a free money wound quiz linked below that helps you identify the subconscious patterns affecting your relationship with money. And I also have deeper healing tools and programs around this work if you want to go deeper into it. Everything is linked below. Thank you so much for watching, sending you so much love, and I will see you in AJFE.